My production process focuses on the ideas of privacy policies on popular social media sites, sentiment analysis, and data analysis. So this then raises the question, are we as internet users educated about this and think this is okay? I quickly realized when beginning this project that I wasn't nearly as educated on the subject as I thought I was. I was exposed to so many policies on these sites connecting to sentiment analysis, and data usage. So this brought me to the question, are other people just as clueless about, as I am about these privacy policies on the social media sites that the majority of us use on a daily basis? Do we think it's okay for these sites to have access to so much of our information and use it for their benefit? My prediction is that they aren't aware of some of these policies that these sites have, and that some may agree and some that they may be okay with. Let's see what they had to say. So, in the Twitter privacy policy, it states that if you connect your account on our services to your account on another service in order to cross between our service and that service, the other service may send us your registration or profile information and that service and other information that you authorize. So basically this means that if you're on Instagram and you connect Instagram to Facebook, like you know how you can share things, Instagram can receive all of your information from Facebook. So did you know that, and do you agree with it?
So like my email and
yeah,
all that stuff?
Any information that you put on Facebook, Instagram has access to just by you connecting those.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing, but I don't know if I necessarily disagree with it because if Facebook has all my information, then that's all out there anyway. So I guess I wouldn't really mind if Instagram had it too.
So what about Twitter?
They could see all my tweets. Or they could see my email,
because you know how you can connect your Facebook and you can connect all of that and Instagram. So what if Instagram or what if Twitter got all of your Facebook information too? Because think about all the stuff that you put on Facebook. You put way more information on Facebook than you put on Instagram, about yourself.
Yeah.
Isn't that you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you're saying. My general info. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, but at the same time, Facebook has it, and
it's okay because you put it on there, right?
So okay. I guess I wouldn't really care.
Okay.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. So in the Twitter privacy policy, it also states that they may use information to make inferences what topics you may be interested in and customize that information that they show you. So ads. So based on what you click on Facebook, it will limit what they show you. And it's also the friends that you click on the most are going to show up on your feed the most. So did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Do you think that's okay? Don't really care.
Yes. I know from all the marketing classes that I've taken that they do, I forget what it's called, but when they track your clicks, they know where you go. So if I went and shopped for shoes, then shoes would come up on my Facebook page. So I knew that was the thing.
And that's helpful, right? Do you think that's helpful?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying because I can see it. I'm yeah, I know that's there.
Yeah.
But,
and it's the same thing with Google. Did you know that if you were to Google a sentence and then I were to Google a sentence on my computer, we could get totally different things just because of our recent posts or recent searches.
Cool.
It is cool, but it also kind of can limit you and what if I get a search that you don't, or what if I get a result that you don't get, but you want it, or you
True.
could use it, you know?
Yeah, I see that.
So it also says in the Facebook privacy policy that if you use our services for purchases or financial transactions, when you buy something on Facebook or make a purchase in a game or a donation or something, they collect information about the purchase or transaction. So this includes your payment information such as your credit card or debit number and other card information. So what do you think about this? Do you agree with it? Do you think it should be allowed?
I don't like that one bit.
It's creepy, right? Because they keep that.
I don't really buy anything on Facebook
through it,
or I don't really buy in games, but donations and stuff like that. I could probably.
And you connect it too, because sometimes if you make an account on something, it's make it through Facebook.
Yeah.
You make it through your Facebook, and you don't even think that you do
that.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So, in the Twitter privacy policy, it states that if you connect your account on our service to your account on another service in order to cross between our service and that service, the other service may send us your registration or profile information on that service and other information that you authorize. So basically, for example, that means if you're on Instagram and you connect Instagram to Facebook, like, you know how you can share between the two?
Mm-hmm.
Instagram can receive all of your information that you give to Facebook. So, like, all of the information that you put in, like, about yourself and about, like, your friends and stuff. Yeah. So, like, did you know that, and do you agree with it?
I did not know that. But, I mean, I guess I agree with it, because you're putting on one social media, then, like, it could be on another, and you should know that when you're, like, signing up for things.
Okay. So in the Twitter privacy policy, it states that we may use information to make inferences like what topics you may be interested in and customize the information we show you. So whatever you click on Facebook or on Twitter or something like that, it will start to filter what you see. So if you click on the same friend on Facebook or the same friend on Twitter, they're going to come up more than other people. So did you know that, and do you agree with that?
I did not know that, but I guess it kind of makes sense that they'd want to customize it for you, but it does weird me out.
Yeah, and it's also because if it also does that with Google. Like, if you Google something and I Google something on my computer, different things will show up because of our recent searches, which I somewhat think is limiting, because what if I get a result that you might want?
Yeah.
You can't get that because that's not what Google thinks that you want, you know? So they kind of decide what you see. And that's with all social media too, not just like Google or Twitter.
That's weird.
Yeah, they all do it. So then also, so on Facebook, the privacy policy states that if you use our service for purchases or financial transactions, like when you buy something on Facebook, make a purchase in a game, or make a donation, we collect information about the purchase or transaction. So this will include your debit or credit card number and other card information. So what do you think about this policy? Did you know this, and do you think it should be allowed?
I did not know that, and no, that's really weird. Like, I will never buy something off of Facebook again.
But it's also, and it's like, I know there are some websites where it'll say like you can sign up through Facebook. If you buy something on that site, then it's the same thing. It's still considered connected to Facebook. Yeah. So
that's not. I don't like that. That makes me feel like my identity is gonna get stolen.
Yep.
Well, how do I get my Facebook stuff? Do they have it forever now? Oh God.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem. No,
they didn't know about the majority of these policies. I found it interesting that neither of them seemed to be worried about the idea that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. could be all connected and share information if they allow them to connect. I somewhat agree with this because you do choose to connect the sites. It isn't mandatory. But I don't agree with the idea that more information than you really know that can be given from one site to another. Both of these girls found the idea that Facebook can have access to your credit card information very alarming. This was a reaction I expected because this is such personal information that we don't want to be out of our hands. Overall, I have come to realize through my interview with Nora Draper and my peer interviews that social media users aren't nearly as educated about privacy policies as they should be. We don't necessarily know when the information we input onto the site is going and how it's going to be used, and I don't agree with this. I think that if some users were educated, they would take a stand against these rights that sites have and make a change for all social media users.